Hey there, fellow YouTubers. Thought I'd show you guys some modifications I did on my lyson uncapper to make life a little easier and speed things up a bit. So the first thing I did was I came over and I marked, this is currently set up for shallow frames, but I do shallow and medium frames. So I've got it marked where it needs to go for the shallow, and I've got that in black. It's actually black Sharpie, and then I've got two more marks down here. They're in blue Sharpie. So that way I'm not having to sit there and try and wiggle a frame and test it and check it every time. You just set it, and you can use, one of your paint marking pens for queens as far as that goes. I just use the Sharpie in case. You can always remove a Sharpie with some alcohol, but the mark stays put. The next thing I did, the legs on this uncapper are made out of steel, not stainless, so they take a magnet real well. So I've got my 2 wrenches used for making that adjustment. I've got those attached via some neodymium magnets. So they're always handy, and I don't have to go looking for a tool before I extract honey. So the third thing I've done is I've made myself a little ramp, which to use it, all you got to do is put your foot down on one side and pull with the lifting motion, raise this side of the machine. You want to put it on the back side, lift it up. That'll give you a really good angle for draining your honey, which is always, it seems like it takes forever for your cappings to drain, and you don't want them staying around very long because of the dreaded small hive beetle. So anyway, this speeds up draining a lot easier, and you don't have to, you can set it up anywhere. Just make sure that after you get up on top of the ramp that you lock your feet down right there. The reason it's beveled on both sides is in case you mess up and pull it too far forward, it doesn't slam down on the concrete or whatever floor system you have. So it gives you some protection so you don't damage one of your casters, because those casters they're okay, but they're not designed to take a real heavy impact load, in my opinion. So lastly, well, actually not lastly, we've got a couple of other things. So I actually have 2 steam units. These do not like to run for too long. They will overheat and shut down once, I think it's a little bit over an hour. If you overfill them, then they'll tend to just stop generating steam, and you got to kind of start over. You got to dump the water and go back to the beginning. So what I've done is, just in case I run into an issue, which this has happened a couple times, I need production, so I have a backup, and I just fill it up and swap it, and this one cools off and it's ready to go. I recommend, if you have this, these are cheap, and actually you might be able to find them. I found one that was new in box, but basically from one of those pallet stores, and I only paid $20 for replacement. So that's why I've got 2 of these things. That was one of the reasons I like this system, is instead of having a very expensive and proprietary steam generator, this has got an off-the-shelf steam generator. So further down the line, say 20 years from now, if Lyson's no longer in business and the steam generator breaks, then with this unit I can go out and just get another one, or like I said, I've already got a backup, and it only cost me $20 to have. So I recommend you purchase another steam generator just in case. Lastly is tips on your exhaust of your steam system. So this is my an obviously ugly bucket. Drill you a hole in the bucket and either put water, or another alternative is to put ice. If you're in a small area and you don't want the area getting real hot, you can fill this with ice, and that will counteract a lot of that heat. The other thing is where you put this bucket. If you want the heat, if you exhaust it right underneath your tank, you'll get a little bit of gentle heating. Not enough to melt your wax or anything, but enough to make your honey flow a little bit easier. So anyway, those are the things that I've done to make this unit a little nicer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.